Hey, how's it going? It's Keith Townsend from the CTO Advisor, and I'm interviewing Rob Montgomery, CEO, President of Friendship House from Peoria, Illinois. So, Rob, Peoria, Illinois, where exactly is that? I know where Chicago is at because we're here in Chicago.
It's about 2.5 hours southwest of here. If
Okay.
you take I-55 on your way to St. Louis, right when you hit Normal, just go straight west and you'll run into Peoria.
So, why are we interviewing someone from a non-for-profit? Rob came to my house a few months ago after he took
Don't
over
embarrass me, Keith.
the CEO of this non-for-profit that's doing really great things, and we have a special ask. But we'll get into that in a second, as soon as we find out what the
Friendship
House
House.
in Peoria does. I'm a big fan of Peoria because not too far from there is the Illinois basketball championships are
Oh, really?
played,
Okay.
in the area. So it's the original March Madness.
Okay.
So, Rob, first off, why should we care about what's going on in Peoria? I mean, it's just another town, Chicago, big city, booming economy, Caterpillar's there. Everything's hunky-dory, right?
No, everything's not hunky-dory. Peoria is much like many small towns across the United States. Actually, it's not a small town. It's about 100,000 people live there, a little bit more. But the main employer there has been Caterpillar for probably over 50 years now. And Caterpillar, just like any other large manufacturer, has figured out how to make more with less people. And as a result, the people at the bottom in the community are suffering because those jobs that they could just walk out of high school and go into a factory and make a pretty decent wage, those are now upscale jobs. And so you can't just walk out of high school and go into Caterpillar and start working. Now you got to work and make minimum wage. And so a lot of people that come to our center, we're actually located in the poorest community in Peoria. And most of the people who come to our center are actually working class people.
Really?
Yeah, but minimum wage doesn't help you make ends meet. So what we do is we fill in those gaps. We believe that our poorest people should live a good quality of life. And what does good quality of life mean? It means you know where your next meal is going to come from, you know where you're going to sleep tonight, and you know that if you get hurt, so you're going to be taken care of. So we try to meet those needs. And then another tenet is education. So we meet those needs, and the only one we can't meet is the housing because we're just not a housing facility. So we have a program. It's a wraparound program because our idea is that we want to give people a hand up and not a hand out. Although a lot of people who come to our organization are looking for a handout, and so we do give them that handout. But we enroll them into, we give everybody the opportunity to enroll into our wraparound program where we give them different services. And those services include anything from enrolling their kids into our after school program, where we help all of our kids, 100% of our kids are either reading at or above grade level.
Wow, that's awesome. So, help me out. You showed me this antiquated machine. So this is actually, EliteBook is a great brand from HP, now HPE or HP Compute Inc. Really decent laptop, but this thing is about 7 years old.
Okay.
So,
and it's probably about 70 pounds. I'm breaking my back carrying this thing.
As you know what, when I administered IT, the CEO would probably get the slowest machine possible. So I'm sure your staff has much nicer machines than that.
No, we all have these. We're walking around with these. Sometimes they shut down on us. Sometimes we have to shut them down so we can get back onto the internet. We get kicked off the internet frequently. They're slow and they don't have a whole lot of memory. So
that I can feel your pain on that. So I guess the question is, how are you guys effectively serving the community if the tools you have aren't really up to snuff? Don't you guys get donations? Can't you just buy the machines out the donations you get?
That would be awesome if we got more than what we needed. But the lion's share of the money that we collect from the community goes back into the community.
Okay.
We pay salary. Salaries is probably our highest, our biggest line item. But those salaries go into paying our program managers, and program managers provide direct services to the community. That's where all of our money goes.
So even if somebody was to say, okay, I'm going to write a check for $10,000 for 10 new laptops, you got to choose between buying 10 new laptops and literally putting food on the table.
Yes, paying somebody's salary, who that person actually sits down, and we do a lot of coaching and a lot of directing. So when somebody comes into our organization, we believe that old Chinese proverb, give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Teach a man a fish, you can feed him for a lifetime. So when people come through our doors, we don't just give them stuff, we teach them things.
So to effectively do this, and this is where we're going to get to the ask, which is we're reaching out to the community, or specifically you're reaching out to the community to ask for what?
New laptops. We need about 10 of them.
So staff of how big is the staff?
We
Their
have
Friendship House?
We have eight staff members, and then 2 interns that come in and do work for us. And primarily they work on computers. So more than anybody, those interns need to be on our computers because they enter data into our database.
Just like regular for-pay organizations, interns do the most work.
I wouldn't say the most, but they do the most administrative work.
So help me out, how does new computers translate into helping people with job skills?
So one of the things that we're in a new millennium.
Okay.
So we do have a GED class, and that's all done online. So we help people take tests, and we help them prepare for the GED test, and that's all done online. So if they're consistently getting kicked offline, then it's frustrating to the person that we're trying to serve to help them to learn the system so that they can go and pass the test. Same thing with workforce development. We teach people certain skills, basic skills, computer skills, on a computer, so that they can walk into an office and become an office manager or an administrative assistant, or get somewhere on the bottom level and work their way up. But they need those computer skills, and if we don't have good systems or good equipment, then we can't really teach them computer skills.
So you guys don't have computers that work. You can't teach computer skills.
Exactly.
So if somebody wanted to donate to you guys, how could they reach out to you, get in touch with you?
They can call me. I had my card sitting here somewhere. I've only been there for 6 weeks, so I don't have my number memorized.
And you were living on the roof for a while to bring attention.
I'm still living on the roof.
Oh my goodness.
I'm living on the roof to raise $500,000 for Friendship House.
Okay.
Our number is 309-671-5200. Our website is simply friendship.house.
Ah, that's pretty cool.
And we're on Facebook as well. It's Peoria Friendship House of Christian Service.
All right. So you've heard the plea from Rob. I've known Rob for years. This is a great, great opportunity to serve. If you're an American, fellow Americans, if you're a European, fellow Westerners, if you're a Chinese person and you're in China, you're helping the West catch up to you guys. As our president said, you guys are much further ahead of us, and we can use the help.
Yeah, we can.
Well, that's it for this Out of Bound CTO Advisor chat without a CTO talking to a non-for-profit CEO. Rob, we really appreciate having you on. Appreciate the good work you guys are doing in Peoria, and hope that we can help you get a machine that's not 7 years old and get some work done.
Thank you.
Talk to you guys next CTO Advisor.